Hello and welcome to Jasper Monk Reviews. This week I will be looking at a new film by Gareth Edwards, Monsters. Let's have a quick look at the trailer.
What is that?
Be quiet, be quiet, be quiet.
You've probably heard by now that Monsters was shot guerrilla style using improvisational techniques and also using locals as occasional extras and incidental characters in the film itself. And on this score, I suggest you watch out for the ferryman's performance, which was really very, very good in this. And I've heard he's not actually credited at the end of the film, which is a shame. Monsters, I believe, is a good film that should inspire low-budget filmmakers everywhere. It's come from the very talented Gareth Edwards, who not only directs this film, but is also responsible for the cinematography and such things as the special effects, which are getting a lot of coverage because this guy allegedly produced the special effects on his laptop, though obviously it must have been a pretty decent laptop. What's the film like? Well, District 9 and Cloverfield are probably the closest relations, though in no way is Monsters as hyperactive as those two films. What Monsters does is very much conjure up a number of social and political issues, which range from immigration to some post-Vietnam navel gazing. And there really is less emphasis on the sci-fi element. And you know what? The monsters, to a certain extent, are fairly incidental in this film. Which brings me on to the point of the marketing for the film, because I think quite a lot of punters were expecting a full-blown monster movie. And as you've just seen from the trailer, it's not difficult to see why people feel they might have been a bit misled. But, you know, you have to read between the lines with these things and catch some of the reviews that have come out. This is more of a road movie and a buddy movie with a developing romance between the two main characters as they basically plod through an infected zone, and they've got to get home to the United States. While the special effects are used sparingly, they are very good, and it's clear that Edwards has chosen to kind of adopt the Spielberg approach, whereby less is definitely more. And for me, that makes quite a change from so much CGI nonsense that you see in blockbusters today. And it's just obligatory, isn't it, with expensive movies? They throw so much at us. But this really does work, because for most of the movie, we only get to see a shadow of the monsters here and there, a tentacle occasionally. It's only in the very final stages of the movie does the curtain drop to reveal the monsters in all their glory. And to Edwards' credit, they don't get the same kind of response from the audience that you'd expect from a fake plastic shark. At first, Monsters does seem too good to be true, though. It's beautifully filmed in a kind of, I'd say, cinema verite style, which is totally appropriate for the genre. And, you know, it doesn't go to the stupid shaky cam lengths of something like Cloverfield. And nor does it turn into some sort of special effects splat and blat film like District 9. But having said all that, there are some disappointments along the way, because there isn't an emphasis on the monsters, and there isn't really an emphasis on the sci-fi horror of it, although that is a slow burning thing throughout the movie. It's character driven, but this is the problem. Despite the emphasis on character, it's not always easy to feel sympathy for the two leads, which I don't think we get to know that well. A lot of the dialogue is improvised, which does have its charm, but it occasionally slows the pace down too much, and often there are things said that are fairly inane and doesn't help drive the story on as much as it could have done. Personally, I think this lack of character development is the only gripe that I've got, and perhaps it's a hint that a decent screenwriter may have turned this into a stronger movie, though obviously the budget didn't stretch that far. However, given the fact that your average Hollywood movie costs more than 60 times as much to make as a film like Monsters, I believe that this is a very, very solid achievement. And as long as you don't go to this film and watch it as a monster movie, I think you will be very, very pleasantly surprised. I have given Monsters 3.5 stars.